Hi, everybody. This is author PK Anderson, and this is my podcast about my carnivore diet. And I decided to do video because I thought that helps make me a little bit more accountable. But for those of you that are just listening to this podcast, either via Spotify, Amazon, Google, you also get the same content that I do in my video. So I did listen to my first one, and I'll just say, sometimes it's hard when you're talking to a video screen to remember the perspective from somebody that's listening in audio. So hopefully this episode will be a little bit better. So we're in week 7 of carnivore. So far, I've lost 27 pounds, and we're reaching the point where it's causing some strife in the family household over me doing carnivore. I just wanted to celebrate a couple wins. This shirt that I am wearing right now, I used to not even be able to button it up. And for those of you that are just not without video, it's gapping underneath my arms. It's fitting like a flannel shirt should fit if you like to wear it just as a cover up over another shirt. So, I'm so excited about that. I did take my measurements and I finally lost an inch off of my waist. But what I have learned about taking measurements is it's very random. It's very hard to measure in the same location every single time. So, I use the Measure Up app. I think like $4 for it. But it works really well because it takes me through. I import my scale information on it, and then it takes me through how to measure completely around my body, and then it graphs it for me, and I can see, how well I'm doing week over week, which Saturdays are my weigh-in day as well as my measure up day. I do weigh not I was weighing every single day, but that's a mistake. I've heard that you're only supposed to weigh once a week, but I'm too impatient to do that. But when I was weighing every single day, it's kind of a bummer when you watch the pounds go up and down. Because somebody said, like, your weight loss is not a straight line down. It's going to be a jaggedy up and down, up and down, up and down. And my shitty kitty has arrived. Every time I start talking, she likes to get in here on the camera if she can. Um, I find that can be discouraging. So I backed it off from every other day to try to do it like every 3 days or at least once during the week, and then every Saturday for sure I weigh. And that's just that's working out. But it satisfies my curiosity during the week. What I have noticed this week is I only lost, I guess it was 3.7 pounds for the entire week from last Saturday. But what I did lose is inches, and it was pretty dramatic in some locations, which I have found to be true with my clothing. I was able to step down to a size smaller. Those of you that have never heard me talk about work pants and pockets, I actually wear a men's work pant to work because in an industrial situation, I need to have a lot of pockets. I carry a lot of things for my safety job, and women's pockets are ridiculous. And even women's, like Eddie Bauer guide pants, those pants could be such a winner if they only put back pockets on them. I don't know why they think a woman wouldn't want back pockets, but hello, if you're hiking trails and you're a guide on expeditions, you're going to want a back pocket. It's not enough. So these particular work pants, I think there's actually 11 pockets in them. Cargo, but not the obnoxious cargo with the flaps. So I don't want to give those up. I actually love how deep the pockets are. My large cell phone, which is, the maximum size Apple phone, will fit very deeply. And in fact, some of the front pockets are double pockets, if that's even crazier. I mean, women, you're lucky if you get an inch deep in the front pocket. So, in fact, in the Eddie Bauer guide pants, which I love how they fit me, but in the side pocket, I can't even fit my cell phone in the side leg pocket that's supposed to be cargo pants. So I have some pants I need to return because I ordered the next size smaller in Eddie Bauer, but then I just realized, why am I cheating myself? I should just keep wearing the men's work pants because those are so much better than the women's pants. However, I did find a brand. It's Wrangler ATG. Now, the only complaint I have is the cargo pant is a flap pocket, which makes everybody's hips look bigger. I prefer the kind that have a zipper close on them. But other than that, those those pants are super great. So, if you're a woman in the work environment, check out the Wrangler ATG pants. So nice. And they fit all the way up into my size, which is enormous right now, but I like them. And the kind that I bought will actually roll up into a capri pant. So those of you that have never worked in industry, you can't wear shorts to work, you can't wear capri pants to work. Well, a lot of times there's an event that I'm going to after work and I don't want to have to drive home and change and I don't want to have to bring a set of clothes. And a lot of times I change out of my work boots and I put on flip-flops in the summertime when I'm driving home anyway. So, or I want to swing by the store and I don't want to wear my steel toes because my feet are all hot and sweaty. So, these particular Wrangler ATG pants roll up and they have a button on the side so they become a wide-legged capri. I mean, I'm a sucker for any clothes that are dual purpose. They are like, you had me at reversible, basically. If a dress is reversible, I've got to have it. If a skirt is reversible, I have to have it because I prefer things that you can get multi types of wear out of. So these work pants, man, best thing ever. Anyway, but I'm still wearing the normal size in those because women's waists always go in, and I actually have no waist. So my body is a stick. Well, it's like a big tube right now, a big barrel tube. But I don't ever have a waist. So that's always my battle with women clothes too. So I did want to talk about my wins. So I'm going to take a quick break and then I'm going to talk why I'm sticking on the carnivore diet. And Shitty is going to stick with us too. Okay. Why am I on the carnivore diet? So I mentioned at the top of this podcast that it's causing a little strife in the household. My husband flipped out last weekend because I was cooking us bacon and eggs. And of course, I'm trying to keep the grease, and I had the big grease accident, which so terrible, so terrible. And so I bought myself a bacon grease capture device, which is going to strain the bacon grease, and then I'm going to keep it and use it for cooking. But he thinks it's disgusting, and I'm going to give myself a heart attack. And I was trying to articulate to him why I felt that the carnivore diet has been really good for me. And so I was kind of thinking of all the positives that has happened because right now I'm in my 7th week of being on the carnivore diet. So, and I've had some wins with weight loss, obviously. I'm almost down 30 pounds. I mean, I'm 3 pounds off. I could be 30 pounds by next week if I keep on the trajectory I'm on. And I do know that I have managed to completely stop taking my GERD medicine for my heartburn that gets really terrible at night. I've completely stopped taking that prescription drug without the advice of my doctor. Thank you very much. I do an apple cider vinegar drink once a day. And then I followed Dr. Ken Berry's advice from YouTube that said, when you're converting off of it, use a magnesium-based heartburn medicine and you should be okay. And so I've been using the Tums, which he recommended. So I am no longer taking 2 massive doses of something that's stopping stomach acid from my digestion system, which I can tell the difference because my body's not reacting as much to the fat in the meat that I'm eating. So that's a win. My next goal from prescriptions is to get off of my high blood pressure medicine. So I plan at about 2 months. So, like maybe the end of March, I'm going to make a doctor's appointment and go in and have some blood work done. And then also check to see what her thoughts are about either reducing my blood pressure medicine or coming cold turkey off of it. And then that would be 2 prescriptions that I'd be getting rid of. I'm so excited about that. You have no idea. I hate it. I really did not want to go on blood pressure medicine, but with the amount of stress that I am in on my job, and with the huge amount of weight I was carrying, it was just inevitable. I was just becoming a train wreck. The other thing that I realized when I was talking to a couple of my coworkers is that I am not using my rescue inhaler for my asthma. In fact, for my asthma, I take a prescription pill and then I have an inhaler I have to use every day, and then brush my teeth because it can wreck my teeth. And then I have my rescue inhaler all the time with me. So what I've noticed is I was at the point where every day in that cold air, it would like lock my lungs up on my way from my car, walking into the building that I work in at my facility. And then I would be there having to use my rescue inhaler for the first, walk in the morning. And then if I had to go out and visit any of the areas that I was supporting, I was having to use a rescue inhaler when I got there or got back. So that's not good. And I couldn't tell if it was because of being out of shape or not. Um, so I didn't know. But weirdly, I have not exercised anymore being on this carnivore diet. I haven't had the weather hasn't been suitable for me to go out and exercise. And I sort of have been dealing with sciatica, I guess that's what it's called, where it's the pulled muscle or nerve issue down the back of my right leg, which that has dramatically increased too. But um, it's amazing that I'm not using my inhaler every day. So that in itself is a big win. I feel like I I couldn't quite believe all the stuff that people were talking about with the carnivore diet, saying it's kind of healing you from the inside out. And a lot of people are discouraged because they're not losing weight super fast. But I feel like your body is just, I don't know, it's getting better. Like my skin is getting better, but I am starting to see now at this point with this much weight loss, I am seeing baggy skin. So I've been worried about that. That's probably, I think, the number one reason why I didn't ever want to lose weight. I'd rather carry the weight than have flappy, baggy skin. But the only place I have any flappy skin is underneath my arms. Everywhere else I've lost it from, it hasn't been showing. I think here on my neck and my, the front of my, like my chin and stuff, I am going to see skin sagging there. But as I mentioned, I'm not really a person that ever worries about my looks. In fact, I do this video podcast without even wearing any makeup, so that shows you. I've left those days behind me. I'm too old to care about that kind of stuff. But I don't want to have flabby skin, like where it's going to prevent me from wearing, shorts or a swimsuit. So I hope I don't get that. But I'm just continuing to take my collagen. I continue to have bone broth, which also has collagen in it. And then I'm doing glycine. Well, I've just gotten it, so I'm going to start that into my supplements in addition to my collagen peptides that I take every day in my coffee. And sometimes I add it to my power bowl, my beef power bowl that I have sometimes for dinner. So that is episode 2 of I Put the Carnie in Carnivore. and I'm doing it because I don't take myself too seriously. But I did want to somehow document my journey on carnivore. So I feel like um, I just have to stay the course. And my husband told me this last week that he would prefer that we went down to Mexico and I had weight loss surgery rather than lose the weight on my own, which he thinks that I'm going to get very unhealthy from the carnivore diet. And weirdly, I don't even feel like I'm restricted, even though I am eating. And I probably could eat ground beef every single day as my meal. So I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a discouragement. I mean, for goodness sakes, I've almost lost 30 pounds, and that was unheard of. Even when I was doing keto last time, I only lost 20 pounds and then I stuck there. What I did think, though, is that while I love to have the keto pizza, which I'm developing up a little mini video to put on my page, but I think I have to limit the cheese, so maybe eliminate cheese from a bunch of my meals, which I followed, is it Simply Keto? He has a carnivore pancake recipe. I made that yesterday was my birthday, and I made that as my special meal to celebrate my birthday. My husband actually really liked them. They were super good pancakes. I used monk fruit sweetener, which have seen several other carnivore folks use too. I use it because stevia makes me violently sick, and a lot of the other ones have a weird aftertaste. So monk fruit is the only one that doesn't give me a pounding headache or make me feel like I have a really bad aftertaste in my mouth. So those pancakes were so good, I actually did a bunch of meal prepping, which I'm also going to put on my page, where I prepped a pound and a half of bacon. I baked that in the oven. I doubled up the carnivore pancake recipe and I put them in my little Dash waffle makers. I have one normal one and then I have one that's a skull. I love it so much. I wish I could have made them, I had the patience to sit around and wait and make all my waffles as a skull, but it was half and half because I could run both of them at the same time and it was a much faster prep. I also hard boiled 14 eggs and I browned a whole pound of butter and put it in 2 silicone bread molds. So I'm waiting for that to set up. And then I have a special container that I bought so I can get out of the plastic bag in the fridge. It's a ceramic container that's going to hold my chunks of brown butter that I add to my um, coffee every morning. So, woohoo, carnivore for the win. I hope you guys find something informational out of here. You're welcome to reach out to me. I'll either on the YouTube page or on Spotify or on anchor.fm or the Facebook page. I put the Carnie in carnivore. So thanks for sticking with me, and I will talk to you later.